Welcome to the October 13th, 2025 meeting of the Florissant City Council.
Try that again.
Welcome to the October 13th, 2025 meeting of the Florissant City Council. Please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Manganelli? Here. Egan? Here. Caputa? Here. Shildroth? Here. O'Donnell? Here. Pagano? Parson? Here. Siam? Harris?
Here. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Are there any corrections, additions to the meeting minutes of October 13th? Rather, it's not October 13th. What was it? September 22nd, 2025 meeting. Hearing none, Councilman Caputa moves to approve the minutes, seconded by Councilwoman Parson. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The meeting minutes are approved. The next item on our agenda is a proclamation to recognize domestic violence awareness presented by Mayor Lowry. Okay. City Clerk, please read the proclamation.
Whereas domestic violence remains a devastating public health and safety crisis, impacting nearly 1 in 3 women and 1 in 10 men in their lifetimes through physical, emotional, and economic abuse. Whereas October has been recognized as National Domestic Violence Awareness Month since 1989 to honor survivors, raise awareness, and advocate for prevention. Whereas domestic violence leads to severe physical and mental health consequences, disproportionately affects marginalized communities, and creates lasting generational trauma. Survivors often face homelessness, job loss, and lack of access to shelter and support services, with tens of thousands of unmet shelter requests reported annually in Missouri. Whereas local organizations such as Women's Safe House, Diamond Diva Empowerment Foundation, and the Missouri Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence provide essential support to survivors in St. Louis. And whereas ending domestic violence requires not only professional intervention, but also community education, engagement, and a commitment to believing and supporting survivors. Now, therefore, I, Timothy J. Lowry, Mayor of the City of Florissant, Missouri, and members of the City Council do honor the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
The rectory on 2650 Parker, I believe it was St. Rose Church. We're in the rectory, and we provide resources, educational, preventive, and interventive measures. We are there from Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We are a closed center. We only take appointments only if you have resources or you're in need of those resources. We do not do drop-ins, and but we are there for the community. We have been around for 23 years. I am the founder and the executive director, and so if there is any resources or any assistance that you need, please reach out to us. We are here for the community.
Dr. Bennett, thank you so much for bringing these resources to the City of Florissant. As important as this issue is, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is hearing from citizens. This is a time to speak to the council on any issue not necessarily on the agenda for 3 minutes. This is not a question and answer period. If you would like to speak to a council member or the mayor, please stay until after the meeting is over. If you are here to speak on a public hearing, please wait and speak when the public hearing is announced. We do have quite a few speaker cards tonight, and looking at the cards, it looks like a lot of you are here to speak on one issue, and I wanted to have the mayor give an update on what we know about this so far. Oh, I'll give him a speaker first.
So first of all, I appreciate you all being here tonight and certainly voicing your concern. I've certainly got a lot of emails, phone calls. We've had a lot of conversations about this development, and certainly listening to everybody and what they have to say and their opinion. Certainly appreciate that. I just want everybody to know where this process is at. This thing has not even been submitted to the city. What they're doing right now is they're trying to secure funding through the state of Missouri, but we do not have a site plan. We do not have anything in hand which says that we're going to pass this. This has got a very long process. This is probably maybe 9 months before it actually gets from the P&Z and planning and zoning, and then after that it would come to this council if it was passed by planning and zoning. But understand that there's no one up here, and there's no one in P&Z, there's no one in my staff that has taken a position on this. We certainly appreciate it. We're glad that you guys have been sending emails and voicing your opinion, because we certainly do want to hear from you guys. So we certainly appreciate it, and I've definitely, I'm always open. If you guys have conversations, you want to give me a call. When we stop by your house, I'll certainly stop by and talk to you. So please, I know you guys want to be heard, and I appreciate it. But please understand, we did not go out and ask for this development. This is not something that we seek. This was something that was brought to the city, and now there's a process. It's going to be a very long process, and this process has only been going on maybe for a month. It's not even been going on that long. And the only thing that the city's doing right now is my building commissioner is providing some documents to the company to submit to the state. But that's it. We have not, the city, like I said, we haven't seen site plans for this property. We've certainly had conversations, but we will certainly. I know at the end of this, we will definitely do what's best for the citizens and the community, so please understand that. But that's all I wanted to say. And like I said, if you got any questions, you guys want to talk to me, I'm always open. Like I said, I'll stop at your house, talk to you on the phone, but please reach out to me. But now let's hear from you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. Our first speaker this evening will be Michelle House. Will you please come forward? And for all the speakers, when you come to the microphone, please state your name and your address, or your name and your city will be fine for the record.
Hi, my name's Michelle House, and I'm a 25-year resident of the city of Florissant. And it was just brought to my attention about the proposed development up at 3500 St. Catherine Street. And I'm sure most of the council members are aware that the out-of-state developers have scheduled a meeting for this Thursday in the cafeteria up at that site to give residents some information. I'm sure a lot of citizens beside myself would love to see council members there for some of the question and answer session. And I just want to say that we think that 292 units is too large of a development for that size of a piece of property. I've done a little research and just wanted to let everybody know that that is definitely not something we want in our neighborhood. We've got a small 2-lane street coming in and out of there, and I just don't think it can handle the traffic. We have MSD sewer issues in our neighborhood. We have power outages specifically in that little 2-block radius. I think it would be too much of a strain on our public utilities at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Randy Rhodes. Please state your name and your city.
Randy Rhodes, 850 Meadowgrass. Been in Florissant close to 50 years. Look, I don't know about all the particulars of it, the traffic, the sewers, the this, the that. To say we're going to debate that means I'm in favor of it if you address this. Look, a bunch of low-income housing. Maybe I'm not very eloquent, but I think we got enough rental property that fills that need right now. Thank you. How about some high-income property? Thank you for your time.
Jim Beechler. Please state your name and your city.
Jim Beechler, Florissant, Missouri. My biggest questions is the zoning of the property. I can't believe that this would be zoned for multifamily at this time because everything around there is single family. So I would think it would have to go through a zoning process change, and if it does, I really hope you guys don't approve something like this because just the density of the property, not even talking about the low income, just the amount of people we're talking about, it's gonna be crazy. I walk a dog up and down green grass, and the amount of traffic I see going on green grass, leaning as they go into the S-curve and passing cars up on a regular basis there, it would only get worse if you had any more people than that. I thoroughly believe that that piece of property would be a great piece of property for somebody to come in and put either townhomes or single-family homes in there because we want homeowners in there because they care, like we all do here. Because renters don't care. I walk my neighborhood, I walk over 2 miles through my neighborhood every day. My neighbors know me all over the subdivision. And I can point to houses that are rentals, and I can point to houses that are homeowners. And I only know that because I walk by and see what's going on, okay? So that's my opinion, is just the density of the property and the zoning. We can't let it be changed if it's got to be single family. We can't let that change. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Martha Corwin.
I've been here before. Some of you might remember me.
Welcome. State your name.
I just want to...
Name and your city.
Oh, I'm
please,
sorry.
for the
My name
record.
is Martha Corwin. I'm on 2705 Parker Road. My husband's family have been here since the 60s. His mother's 85, lives up there off of Bluegrass. I have friends all over that neighborhood, and also I feel like any kind of development like that is going to impact for blocks in any direction, probably the entire city, to be honest. I agree with what everyone is saying as far as why can't we have something better than that? Why do we set our expectations low? I know you have a plan, Mayor, about resuscitating Florissant and bringing it back to the beautiful place it was in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and then we went through a decline. I've spoken to you. Where is he? I'm sorry, I've lost his name. Oh, I'm embarrassed because he was wonderful. Mr. Mulcahy, is he here? Okay, well, I spoke to him, and I know several people here spoke to him as well. And I appreciate the fact that he was very accessible because one of the things he spoke of was some of the development areas that people have complained about that were trash and fallen in and bad, and they have come in and they've started to repair that and have higher expectations. And I personally appreciate that. I do try to keep my home up, and I'm even volunteering right now for a lot of the seniors, doing a lot of their home improvements for free, because I think it's important that we put our best foot forward. So I have skin in the game, and I think that he had skin in the game, and he told me several things, and I won't reiterate what anybody else has said. I believed what you said. I believe in that vision, but I don't believe we're going to get here like we're going. I have a couple of things. I don't like how this was advertised. I shouldn't have to go on Nextdoor and websites where there's misinformation and gossip and stuff to find out what's going on in the city. And that's happened several times. I think a lot of people in here, we all found out on Nextdoor. And then I went to my website, Ms. Parsons, that's why, or Councilperson Parsons, that's why I wanted to speak to you, because I knew Rob so well. He helped me with some of these issues. And I went to the website, you weren't listed. We had a vacancy still on there, so I told the director about it so it could get changed, because I thought, oh great, now I don't have representation either. So that needs improving, because I think this proves that there's a lot of people here that care and want to be a part of the process. And when that doesn't happen, and when there's things like meetings that the times aren't posted, or vacancies that have been filled and we don't know who represents us, it sends a really bad message to people that are already very upset about what's happening. So I'm not that person, but I do want to say that's an area of improvement. I hope all of y'all will take that to heart. And if there is one resource, I don't know that I should have to go to Florissant website every day to see what's happening in this room and what we have going on that does affect us. Not all of it, I don't want to know about your budgets, but the rest of it. The other thing is, I don't like the doublespeak, because when I spoke to the director, he told me, he said, well, how would you feel about senior housing? I said, listen, I have nothing against seniors. I happen to be one, and I'm very active as a senior. I don't think life is over at
Ms.
65.
Cora, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Your 3 minutes is up.
My 30 minutes? Okay.
3 minutes, yeah. Thank you.
No,
for your
I
comments.
appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Dave Clasby. Welcome. State your name and your city, please.
Dave Clasby, resident since 71, longtime listener, second time talking up here. I'll give you my vote right now is hell no. That was my parish, and there's nothing good that will happen with this development. And watch the guys with the suits that are trying to sell us that this is a good thing for Florissant. It's not. I don't want to speak on behalf of the fire department, but I know they are pretty much maxed out on their services. They've already had to expand another ambulance to House 1. This will probably need another ambulance that have put on duty. Costs are going to go up. I agree with Ameren, utilities, traffic. Has anybody driven around Commons Lane at school start and stop? I bet you'd have to put a traffic signal at Durhacky and St. Catherine. I will be fighting the tooth and nail. I'll be up Thursday. I'll have more facts, but my vote is definitely no, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Chair Menino. Welcome.
Hi.
Please state your name and your city.
I'm Cher Menino, and I live at 3375 Steed Drive in the Paddock Woods. And I'm basically here to repeat what everybody has repeated, that we are very concerned with the issue with St. Thomas, St. Rose property. I don't know if we've been here. My parents built in Florissant in 61. My husband and I committed in 50 years ago to our home and raising and ending our lives here. And we're very concerned with what's going on. When they built the last St. Thomas Senior Center, we're at the end of the row on MSD. 6 times we've had 14.5 inches of sewage in our entire basement. Our sewer lines are dilapidated. Yes, we've had some improvement, but there's still issues. And like everybody else, I don't know if you can remember back to the days of the school and the church and that 2-lane road and the congestion that we endured there. I agree that I think, and I pray that for our emergency workers that they're so overwhelmed with what's already going on in Florissant. And like I said, the other thing is the transparency that none of us know. We have the letter from August 20th, and the way I was notified is through the Archdiocese, and I actually got a call that said, you might want to put your house on the market. And like I said, very concerned with all the issues that right now. We've already gone through the Airbnb. There's a lot of issues that we've already had to endure in Florissant, and I just think we would like you guys to consider and vote no. Thank you.
Lynn Borges. Welcome. welcome. Please state your name and your city.
I'm Lynn Bourgeois. I'm the 3318 Thomas Sawyer Drive, and we've been here since 1980. We love Florissant. Would love to stay here, but this is literally in my backyard. I have my house, my yard, and a little hill, and there's St. Thomas Field. And I just want, you guys here, you want to vote? Before you vote, you ask yourselves, would you vote yes for this if it were in your backyard? Thank you. I do not want, this just tears our heart out. We love Florissant and we would love to stay here. But if you guys vote for this, there's going to be a mass exodus out of Florissant like you haven't seen.
Thank you. Cheryl Smith.
Hello, Council. My name is Cheryl Smith, and I live at 935 Saddle Drive. I am born, raised, proud, and strong to be a Florissant resident all these years. With that being said, I am totally against this. I live in Ward 8. It'll be right up my street. I share what everybody else has said. Concerns about the MSD. I have a sinking sewer line right now in my side yard. And Florissant inspector has been out, MSD has come out, they've cambered the line. They said they will not do anything about that until I actually have a cave-in. Go ahead, add some more properties, bring it on. Ameren, I had a grid inspector come out and evaluate our grid, because since about 2006, we started having outages all the time. Not just, an hour or two. We're talking 4 overnight a week. Of course, that was the storm in 2006 that knocked us out a week. Anyway, I kept on Ameren. I finally got a hold of people. And then they did make substantial changes to the substation that's located down there by that bowling alley between the gas station and the liquor store. Slowly but surely, they added some switches. Ameren, I had talked to many people at Ameren. I even had a linesman that would let me know why we were out this time. I got tired of hearing about the squirrel knocking our power out, because the same squirrel went across the street and they were always on. So I had a little bit of a problem with that. Then finally, we were doing better, and thank you for Andy, who is since deceased. He helped the mayor. He helped Ameren, or nudged Ameren, I guess, to go ahead and fix that line that went from the Egan Center Park to up Harness. That allowed us 30 people that were like in a horseshoe that were always out around Harness, Saddle, and Meadowgrass on one side. There may have been others, but we seemed to be the little horseshoe that would stay out till the last moment. Those are concerns. The other concern I have is Blackjack had a low-income housing development 20-something years ago, Kendallwood. It's done relatively well, but I hear there's problems there. There were 2 people that were shot or died in the parking lot. Is this going to increase our crime? And can our wonderful police department, that I'm a neighborhood watch member, the reason I'm still in Florissant is because of the Florissant Police Department and our fire and emergency services. I have a son with food allergies.
Ms. Smith, I'm sorry.
If that ever changes, I'm out of here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Lauren Scott Hoyt. I think they're together. No? Okay.
Hello, my name is Lauren Scott Hoyt. I live as a resident of Florissant for going on 10 years. I have seen, just in my neighborhood, a decline. I have rental properties on both sides of me, out-of-state rental properties. And we can't get a hold of the renter properties to get the problem resolved. You all cite them, but nothing happens. Nobody follow up. So why do we have so many out of state or not being able to get a hold of the people and the property owners of these properties? As well as, I know we own street sweepers. Why don't we see the street sweepers going through our city? As well as, as a resident of off of Lindsay, I pick up trash off of Lindsay multiple times a week, and yet it keeps on repeating. Why don't we cite anybody or at least try to get somebody out there whenever they do something wrong, public service, to pick up trash? Because we need to start having pride in our city, and right now we do not. And I don't know how to get it back, but everybody needs to pull together to get our city better. Looks like I only, I'm a proud resident, but we need to do something to get the morale up in our city because everybody's just not feeling the love of our city. If we could just pull together to get this done, it'd be great. As well as, I'm going to reiterate what I've come up here numerous times, or at least one other time, and talked about. There is out-of-state tags that are not getting cited for. I know of 3 cars on my street that sit there and have expired plates from 2023, but yet they're still there. They park on our streets. I see them leaving and driving on our streets. I pass them on Lindsay, but yet nothing happens to them. Why should I pay for my property, keep my property up, if nobody else is going to do the same? I have pride of my ownership of my house, but I don't see why anybody else wants to live next to garbage. I'm just to the point where I just don't see why the city doesn't want to step in and help us as the owners of our properties. I agree. That is 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Lake. I have a comment card here that doesn't have a name on it. It's about NHRA and NASCAR. Is there someone here to talk about that? Will you please come forward, sir? Will you state your name?
My name is Paul Marassa, and I live in Ward 8. This is probably directed to the mayor and Chief Fagan if he was here, but he's not here. The part of St. Anthony, bound by the east at the fire station in Durhage, going west as far as Waterford, that part of St. Anthony. I live on Kingsley, my wife and I, which is a parallel street that is north. It dead ends in the cul-de-sac east, dead ends at Waterford. I'd like to know if probably you as mayor could get a hold of the NHRA, National Hot Rod Association, or NASCAR, I don't know who's doing it, but see if they could hold their time trials somewhere else. Maybe. Thank you. And one thing about this proposal, don't do it. Just please don't do it, because I live in Ward 8. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank everyone for your comments tonight. The next item on the agenda is public hearings. Public hearing number 2510026.
Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Florissant will hold a public hearing on the proposed budget for the City of Florissant, including the General Revenue Fund, Capital Improvement Fund, Park Improvement Fund, Street Improvement Fund, Sewer Lateral Fund, Property Maintenance Fund, Court Building Fund, Public Safety Fund, Opioid Settlement Fund, GOB 2022 Project Fund, GOB 2022 Debt Service Fund, and Self-Insurance Fund for the fiscal year beginning December 1, 2025, in the chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 13, 2025 at 7 p.m. All interested persons are invited to attend the public hearing and may present their views concerning the proposed budget. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or cityclerk@florissantmo.com.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, you have the floor.
All right, good evening, City Council. Thank you for having me. My name is Sam Johnson. I'm the Director of Finance, and I'm happy to present the fiscal year 26. It's starting December 1st, 2025, ending November 30th, 2026 proposed budget. This is the budget proposed by the mayor. You guys will have until November 30th of 2025 to approve the budget with any changes that you see fit to what's proposed here. I know we've got a lot on the agenda tonight, so I'll just briefly go over some of the highlights from the budget, and then I'd be happy to answer any of your questions or if there's any questions during the public comment. Some of the priorities and issues addressed in the budget. First off, I guess I'll start. It is a balanced budget, the proposed budget that you have here. There's things that we can move around if you guys see fit, but right now, if it was passed today, the revenues, the transfers in are the same as the expenditures proposed in the general fund. Some of the issues that we faced when putting the budget together were rising insurance premiums. This is something you're seeing across the market, but we've also been hit with some storms on some city property that is impacting our premiums. So that was a pretty significant increase. I think we're looking at about 13% increase in operating costs. Most of that is driven largely by the premium increases. Additionally, even with those increases, though, we were able to propose a 1% cost of living adjustment for employees. This would be on top of the 3% merit that employees are eligible for with satisfactory performance. So this would basically, if you've got a good performance review, you get a 4% increase. The Social Security cost of living adjustment this year is 2.7, or it's projected to be that. I don't think they've actually announced it yet due to the shutdown. But some of our competing cities in terms of employment, St. Charles is doing a 2% COLA on top of their merit raise, which can go up to 4%, and Maryland Heights is doing a 3% COLA with a 2.5% to 3% merit. So we're not matching them, but we were able to at least put something in the proposal. And my understanding in years past, we have not been able to propose a COLA in addition to the merit. Another thing that you'll see is that we're starting an initiative to make Florissant more accessible. Parks is finishing up their Americans with Disability Act transition plan, and Public Works has put in this proposal, a request to conduct their own ADA transition plan for city facilities and the roads and sidewalks, as well as have in the proposal a request to get a new website. There are some new ADA regulations with accessibility of websites as well, and that would help address this. And then also, we're looking to put a lot more into our streets as well with pavement and increasing capital expenditures there. Not going on too long, just real quick, the numbers. So this is proposed revenues are expected to be $29.9 million, which is a $1.6 million increase from last year's budget. We had revised some of our projections. So even though it is increased from the budget that was adopted last year, we are seeing revenues being relatively flat given economic circumstances. At least that's what we're projecting. But again, already talked about with the premium increases and some of those other initiatives that I just spoke about, we are looking at a balanced budget. There are also some other changes to the document. We are looking to move some of the maintenance expenses that were in our special revenue fund for capital improvements into the general fund to allow to free up money so that we can put more into our streets and purchasing and replacing capital assets as opposed to just maintaining them. And then also we're consolidating a few departments just to, I think we had too many departments before. It got a little too granular. And so like senior services and esports, they're all going to be under Civic Center now. And then media is going to be under admin as well. And it kind of just, I think, makes the budget easier to read. And then one last big change is that we've put in a 5-year capital improvement plan. This is something the city has not had for a long time. But instead of just budgeting on, okay, what's the capital items we're going to buy this year, we're doing that, but then we're also looking at the ones that we expect to buy 5 years out from now as well. And so in addition to that, there's some projections about the fund balances. So that's the fiscal year 2026 proposed budget, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Do I have any questions or comments at this time from the council? Okay. Thank you for your report, Mr. Johnson. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? Yes, come forward, sir. We have a couple. Okay, so we'll take Mr. Hoyt first. And let's just make sure that this is about comments and you can ask questions, but we might not answer you. So the budget, just so you know, is an ongoing process. And so we're going to have several sessions about this and conversations. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I heard a few things. You have more revenue than ever before, is what I've heard in the little report that I just heard. So why not give that back to the residents? Instead of just, I mean, even your insurance plan there, 13% higher, seems like to me, I'd be shopping around. I mean, those are my two things.
Thank you. Before we take the next comment, do you want to hear the comment or do you?
I just want to ask that during the next public hearing, that maybe we keep the talking down. I had a lot of trouble hearing during that public hearing. And if you could just keep the talking to the minimum, take the conversations outside, I personally would appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's all I have on that.
Thank you, Mr. Egan. That's true. From this angle, we're just hearing a lot of chat, so thank you. Come on forward. Thank you. Budget. Okay, yeah. We have several tonight, so thank you. Are there any more public comments on this section, which is the annual budget hearing? Okay. Seeing none, seeing no further comments, Councilman Manganelli moves to close this public hearing. Seconded by Councilman Caputa. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carried. This public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 2510027.
In accordance with Section 405-135 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 13th, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the following proposition. To allow for changes in the exterior wall materials in the B5 Planned Commercial District for the property located at 1280 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or cityclerk@florissantmo.com.
Is the petitioner present? Come on forward. Thank you. Okay. Some of us we're familiar with the project. This is a different aspect of your project. Can you tell us about this project?
Yes, I'm Eric Hain with EB Contractors. I'm the general contractor for the project. It's going to be a demo and rebuild of a new gas station. Everything's getting demoed completely, except the tanks are staying in place. The building is the whole front, the bottom, and up to a certain height is all concrete block up to the trusses. And then we're proposing to go with Nishiha as a finish instead of a complete like brick. It's a more, I guess you would say, modern look, I guess, on the building. The only planning and zoning concern was that they had looked up and seen that it was like a 15-year warranty, and they told us as long as we presented them with a 30-year warranty, which I knew there was, that they were fine with it. So we sent that to Deborah. She presented it to them, and they said as long as they received that, they approved it, and that's where we're at with it.
Okay, thank you. Questions from the council? Okay. Thank you for being here. Thanks, sir. Let's see, before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? Seeing none, Councilman O'Donnell moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilman Egan. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carried. This public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 2510028.
In accordance with Section 405-125 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 13th, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the following proposition. To amend special use permit number 9072 to Harrington Hospitality Group Incorporated, DBA Chick-fil-A, to allow for an amendment to the site plan in a B3 Extensive Business District located at 3159 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or email cityclerk@florissant.com.
Is the petitioner present this evening? Come on forward, sir. Will you state your name and tell us about your project?
Sure. Todd Richards with HR Green out of McHenry, Illinois. So I will start with this. See how this is lining up. All right. So Chick-fil-A is looking to make some proposed changes to their site plan. I'll run through the existing site first. So starting at the southwest corner, basically it's a single lane entrance into the drive-through. The drive-through then widens out to 2 full lanes, narrows down to a single lane, up to the pickup window, and then out to the exit at the northeast corner. The trash enclosure and exterior storage room are located here, just north of the building. Originally, Chick-fil-A had a lease parcel that incorporated basically the drive-through building and these stalls here adjacent to the west face of the building, and also the trash enclosure. As part of their negotiations in the site plan improvements, Chick-fil-A has negotiated to basically lease the entire parcel of, basically it's all of Lot 2 now. Within Lot 2, there are 40 parking stalls, and as part of their original agreement, when they developed back in 2018, they have it's a tri-party reciprocal parking agreement, and they basically have amended and restated that, and I think I saw that in the agenda as well, but that has been recorded and is in effect, so that it does allow for shared parking across this lot, the Willis parcel, which is north of here, and then northeast of here in the Flower Valley Group parcel. We'll go on to the site plan. Let's see what we got here. So we'll start off again at the southwest corner. Chick-fil-A is proposing to widen out the drive-through entrance so that it's 2 full lanes, and then also extend the 3-foot striping, center lane stripe, and then extend the 2-foot stripe along the inside lane here. Once we get past the order points, again, it still narrows down, but they will be adding a 2-foot striped area along the inside lane. As we work our way up to the existing pickup window, Chick-fil-A is proposing to replace that window with the name brand is a Tormax door, so it's a drive-through door. It operates as a traditional pickup window or also operates as basically sliding doors. So that allows team members to have access to the outside to deliver meals to customers along, basically in the drive-through queue. As part of that change, we're going to remove and replace a section of the drive-through pavement in order to bring it up to be in line with the finished floor itself. As we work our way to the north side of the building, Chick-fil-A is proposing to add what I'm calling basically a staging lane, and that allows for customers with larger orders that take a little bit longer. It allows them a place to basically to stage, to wait for their meals. And then this also allows for the rest of the drive-through traffic to continue on. So I want to make sure that everybody knows the existing exit point for the drive-through, that will also remain. And that will be the main exit. It's just for, again, for those people with larger orders. In order to accommodate that staging lane, Chick-fil-A will need to relocate their trash enclosure and also their storage room. Currently, it's all as one piece. In the future, it would be two separate components. The trash enclosure is going to be located over here in the existing parking island where there's 4 stalls, and then the storage room would be here just east of the widened out drive-through entrance. In order to install that trash enclosure, we need to relocate a light pole roughly 3 to 4 feet to the north and northwest. The trash enclosure and the storage room are going to be built out of CMU with a brick face, similar in colors to the existing building. And go to the landscape plan. So in order to make these changes, Chick-fil-A is going to have to take out some landscaping, but they are going to add additional landscaping. So around the trash enclosure and the storage room, they're going to have a mix of evergreen shrubs such as junipers and arborvitae. And then in the other areas, they'll be restoring the area with deciduous shrubs, decorative grasses, perennials, and adding a tree here in the island just northeast of the building itself. So in the proposed condition, there will only be 31 stalls. So they're removing 9 stalls to make these improvements. However, again, Chick-fil-A does have the benefit of the reciprocal parking easement agreement. With that, I'll conclude it, and I appreciate your time and open it up for any questions.
Sounds like one thing leads to another with that project.
It kind of did, yes. Yes, we would like to just do one part of it and not have to move the trash enclosure,
Okay.
but it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Siamis.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, thank you for coming tonight. I was going to ask, like, when do you anticipate this project to be completed?
I don't actually have a time for completion. It's a little bit early. I don't think it's been out to bid yet, so it's hard to forecast. And also, we're kind of running up against the weather, too. So I don't know if they'll be able to get it done, because we still have to permit through the city.
Okay, and just to make sure I understand what's going on with the drive-through, you're still going to have 2 lanes going in, but it's going to narrow down to 1. And do I understand correctly, you're taking out those booths, so there's going to be one place where you're paying, and then you go up to the new drive-through doors that you're going to have? And is that kind of how the drive-through is going to work? Do I understand that right?
The kiosks, the booths, I believe, are going to remain. We're not making hardly any changes past the order points.
Okay.
Except for the addition of the 2-foot striping here. And then we're going to remove and replace some pavement along the edge here.
Okay.
In order to bring the pavement up to the finished floor elevation. But we're not modifying like the layout of the drive-through in this area here.
Okay, and it did kind of sound like from what you're saying that, traffic will not be trapped in that lane. Like once they get into that single file part, like you'll be able to leave the drive-through. Did I understand that correctly as well?
Well, it's a single lane, so theoretically they could get caught just like they can today. However, the intent is to have this staging lane up here, so people with larger orders would be able to pull through and stage over here and then allow other traffic.
Oh, I see. I wasn't sure how that would be possible because the elevation of the ground goes up so high right next, and I didn't know how you were going to do that.
It stays a single lane. We're taking the pavement out to basically bring it up a couple inches.
Okay.
So, but the lane width stays the same, yeah. We'd like it to be 2 lanes, but
in an ideal world, there doesn't seem to be much space, though.
There is not.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Childrath.
Thank you, Mr. President. On the sliding door, you talked about it. Is that feature in most of the Chick-fil-A's now that get built, say, in the last year or 2?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one of the things that they've implemented for new stores for, I want to say, 2 to 3 years now.
Okay. All right. I've seen that addition. It makes a difference.
It does.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the council? Okay. I will say I have seen this new door. I've been to many states with Chick-fil-A and Puerto Rico. So I think it's doing great in Florissant. So sounds like you all are making the updates you need to handle the traffic through there. Do you have, if you order online, if you order on the app, and you go through and you can scan the QR code and just go on through. I can't remember if this one in Florissant has that or is that Bridgeton. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm going to have to talk to Corey in
Harrington.
Harrington.
Okay, because I think it's a great feature.
To see if he knows.
Okay.
He's the store operator, and I'm the outside civil engineer.
I was trying, if that is there a separate lane or way to do your app, scan the QR code and get your order?
So we do accept the mobile order, but you still go through the single lane to pick it up.
Okay.
But the idea of the door is allow us to get that food quicker so we can get you home a little.
Okay. Will you say your name again?
Yes, Corey and Harrington, owner, operator of the Chick-fil-A in Florissant.
Okay. Thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
Okay. Before this public hearing is closed, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? All right. Seeing none, Councilman Saya moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilman Caputa. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. This public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 2510029.
In accordance with Section 405-135 of the Florissant zoning code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 13, 2025, at 7 p.m. on the following proposition: to amend ordinance number 9010 as amended to allow for a restaurant in a B5 planned commercial district located at 2312 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or city clerk at florissantmo.com.
Is the petitioner present? Please come forward. Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Will you please state your name and tell us about your project?
My name is Eli Muhammad. I stayed at 3725 Windward Way, Swansea, Illinois. I'm taking over the old firehouse sub. We're trying to do Charlie's, Philly steak, and wings. We started the process with my architect, and we had all the plans submitted to the city.
Okay. Councilman Sion has a question.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just have a couple of questions. The first, do you have extensive renovations to do? Like in the kitchen or anywhere else in the restaurant?
I mean, we had to do the whole remodeling and renovation for the whole store, yes.
Okay.
To meet up with Charlie's, Philly steak, and wings, standards, and everything, yes, sir.
Yeah, that makes sense. And do you have a feel for like when the project will be completed and when you'll open up?
I mean, we're trying to do as soon as possible. Hopefully within 2 months to 3 months, we should be open for the public, yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
Okay, is this, sir, is this a franchise?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think they have them in malls, am I correct? Do
Yeah, they
in a
have
lot
them
of
in the
mall
malls.
food
Now
courts?
they're trying to put them like in the strip malls and outside.
That's
yes.
fairly new, I guess.
Yes.
So it's an expansion of the franchise.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how many employees might you have there?
I mean, typically it's be around maybe 6 or 7 at the time. We're trying to do like 2 shifts. We start like lunch and dinner most of the time, so.
Okay. Is this your first restaurant?
In St. Louis, yes, sir.
Okay. And do you plan to have like security cameras or anything like that?
Yes,
Okay.
for sure,
Wonderful.
yes.
I don't have any more questions. Any more questions? Okay. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you,
tonight.
sir.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? Okay. I see no. Can we hold down the conversation in the audience, please? Seeing no further comments, Councilman Sion moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilwoman Parson. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. This public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 2510030.
In accordance with Section 405-125 of the Florissant zoning code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 13, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the following proposition. To authorize a special use permit to Pretty Wasted LLC, DBA Pink Martini, to allow for a tavern in a B3 extensive business district located at 1833 Dunn Road. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard, and when special needs, contact city clerk at least 5 days before set public hearing by calling 839-7630 or email cityclerk@florissantmo.com.
Is the petitioner present? Okay, please come forward. Welcome. Will you state your name, and you could pull that down if it's more comfortable.
Sure.
There you go. State your name and your city, and then tell us about what you're planning to do.
Okay, my name is Mary, and I am a homeowner here in Florissant. And I am hoping to open up a martini lounge, a bartending studio, a sophisticated, elegant space just for people to come and unwind, relax, and have a couple cocktails. And also do bartending training. I've been a trainer for over 15 years, giving people an opportunity to get in the industry and learn more about it. I'm also a tip instructor for Missouri, which we teach alcohol awareness. So I do a lot of that once a month. So I'm just trying to create a space for people to come in and, learn specialty cocktails, martinis, and things like that.
Okay, Councilman Egan.
Good evening, Mary, over here.
Hello.
How are you? Good to see you. I got a few questions. You are opening a place without food, correct? There's no kitchen in that place?
Yes, that is correct. No kitchen.
And so that is you're not opening a nightclub though, correct? Are you understanding the
Yeah.
differences?
Yes, absolutely. Not a nightclub at all. Mm-mm.
So by that, I mean, you understand, and I know that's in the ordinance, the things like the window covering percentage?
Yes, there is no covering to get in. It's free. Sorry.
I meant the actual windows themselves, the coverings on the windows. You have to be able to see in from the outside. You can have up to, I think it's 16% covered with advertisement and such. You're aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Leading to that point, you're not going to have a cover charge. You're not going to do that, correct?
That is correct.
Will you have a DJ booth?
Yes, we will have a small DJ booth, just a small area for the equipment to go.
Okay, and will you have a dance floor?
It's not technically a dance floor. We don't have enough space for a dance floor, but it's just like maybe just a little small space for people to get up and dance. But no, it's mostly sitting area.
Okay, very good. What about, will you be offering bottle service?
No bottle services. I believe that bottle service takes away from our goal plan, and if we offer bottle services, it's going to be a lot. Then you have to have like sections, different areas for people.
Right. And I believe bottle service is illegal in Florissant. I think the county allows it, but we do not. But can you comment on that, City Attorney?
Hold on.
Yeah, can you comment on, we were talking about bottle service?
Sure, yes.
Is that legal or illegal in Florissant? I know we had a discussion recently about this.
So, do you mean taking them to the?
A bottle of, I'm
Right.
selling you a bottle of tequila for $50.
Well, in Florissant, you cannot, in anywhere in Missouri, you cannot allow people that are at the bar to pour. Whether or not the police department is, the question you're asking about is separate from the question of the pouring issue.
Mhm.
And I will tell you that I spoke with the police department, and they are not currently doing any sort of enforcement to preclude a bottle service, which is of the type where you might buy a bottle and have it at a booth, other than under enforced Missouri law, which is to say Missouri law says that the bartender has to be the one that pours it.
So under Missouri law, the bartender has to pour it?
Yes, correct.
Which we're in Missouri.
We also follow, yes.
So, but you've said you're not going to do a bottle service, correct?
That is correct. No bottle service.
Will you have any like VIP memberships or table fees or parking fees?
No.
Very good. What about bouncers or security? Do you have any bouncers or security need for that?
Yes, we will have security. We will have a total of 3 security, 2 inside and 1 outside.
Okay, will there be metal detectors?
No, metal detectors, no, sir.
What about video? Will you have both inside and outside video?
Yes, we will have a lot of surveillance outside, right there in front of the door, and then we're going to put some kind of like towards the end of the parking lot.
Right. And
Yes, sir.
will you make that available to law enforcement upon their request?
Of course.
Okay, do I need to put that in the ordinance?
You could. I think we already have a requirement that there is cooperation, but you could include it.
We can do that as a substitute.
Okay, we can do that in this. Okay, very good, thank you. And I'm almost done. We're not going to have a food memo. You said you had, were you going to do training? Are you certified in bartender?
Well, I am certified an instructor for tips.
For tips, good,
yes,
good.
but-
Do you teach tips to all your bartenders?
Yes.
Can you explain to everyone what tips is? Because it's a great program.
Yes, TIPS is an alcohol awareness program where we do a lot of training so people are, sorry, I'm a little nervous. They are aware, to recognize intoxicated patrons, how to handle situations if it comes about, and also not to overserve our guests, and how to diffuse conflict, and a lot of things like that.
Very good. And if I attend your bartending class, is there like a certification I get, or I get a diploma?
Yes, I give you a certification for completing the course.
Okay,
so it's a
very good.
5-hour course.
Last question, I'll let you go. Are you going to have any pyrotechnics inside the building?
I'm sorry, can you?
Are you going to have any pyrotechnics, any open flames off?
No, sir.
Candles, or these are things we've seen. That's why I'm asking the
Oh,
question.
no.
I'll make sure we get it way out in front of it, okay?
No
All right.
fire equipment.
I wish you the best of luck. Good luck. That's
Thank
all I
you.
have.
Councilman Caputa.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, I have one question, ma'am. When you do your classes for your mixologists, or now you use the alcohol, do you throw the alcohol away, or do you use them on patrons, or how do they?
So we taste our own cocktails when in training, but after that, it's like just like a little sip, just to make sure we're pouring correctly and we're mixing it correctly, and then we're not getting intoxicated or drunk or anything like that. But we do discard that, and then we have like separate alcohol from what we sell to our guests, so we're not pouring it out of the same bottle that we're using for our training classes.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Councilman Childrath.
Thank you, Mr. President. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. Could you tell me what your hours of operation are going to be?
So we're wanting to open at 3 p.m. To about 1 a.m.
Okay, how many days a week will you be doing that?
It'll be 6 days a week. We're closed on Mondays, and on Sundays, we're just going to do 10 to 12 a.m.
Okay, you won't be doing any hookah-related things or hookah
No.
itself? Okay.
No
You don't allow
smoking.
that?
No vapes,
Okay.
no smoking, no
Okay.
smoke.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's all from the council. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Okay. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? Please come forward. Good evening. Will you state your name and your city?
Lauren Scott Hoyt, and my city that I live in is Florissant. I'm just concerned how many liquor establishments that we have in the city of Florissant that serve alcohol, as well as gas stations, clubs, nightclubs, and where you can go and do your nails. We're just everywhere. It's a drug, just like anything else. We need to stop with the giving out of the liquor licenses. Please. That's all I have.
Thank you. Are there any more comments? Okay. Seeing no further comments, Councilman O'Donnell moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilman Manganelli. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. This public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 2510031.
In accordance with Section 405-135 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 13th, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the following proposition: to amend ordinance number 7965 as amended to allow for a restaurant inside Walmart in a B5 planned commercial district located at 3390 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact city clerk at least 5 days towards said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or city clerk at florissantlaw.com.
Is the petitioner present? Please come forward. Good evening. Will you please state your name and tell us about your project?
Good evening. My name is Rick Rolfing, engineer with BFA. We're out of Washington, Missouri. And this project, or this item, was brought to our attention by staff. We were told it's a housekeeping item, that the subway inside of the Walmart store needs to actually be named in the ordinance, not just a restaurant. And if down the road, if a subway were to leave and a McDonald's were to come in, they would have to go through the same process. So it's a housekeeping item is what we've been told, and that's why we're here tonight. Nothing is going to change in the store that I know of, inside the store, outside the store. It's just a cleanup housekeeping item on the ordinance.
Thank you. Mr. Siam.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for coming tonight. I just wanted to apologize for missing your call and not being able to get back to you.
No problem.
Had a pretty crazy day at work, but I did understand it the same way you did explain it, so I don't have any questions at this time. It sounds pretty straightforward. Thank you.
It looks like we don't have any more questions. It's understood. Thank you. Before we close the public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? Okay. Seeing no comments, Councilman Siam moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilman O'Donnell. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. This public hearing is closed. The next item on the agenda is old business. The first item is bills for second reading. Bill number 10116. Councilman Childeroth moves for a second reading, seconded by Councilman O'Donnell. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a maintenance agreement with Missouri American Water Company and the City of Florissant for the Tower Court Park water ground storage tank facility.
Councilman Egan moves for a third reading, seconded by Councilman Manganelli. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a maintenance agreement with Missouri American Water Company and the City of Florissant for the Tower Court Park water ground storage tank facility.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan? Yes. Caputa? Yes. Childeroth? Yes. O'Donnell? Yes. Parson? Yes. Siam? Yes. Harris?
Yes. Bill number 10116 passes and becomes ordinance number 9112. Bill number 10117. Councilman Egan moves for a second reading, seconded by Councilwoman Parson. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Florissant to enter an agreement with Stiefel Nicholas and Company Incorporated for financial advisory services regarding the outstanding general obligation bonds series 2022.
Councilman O'Donnell moves for a third reading, seconded by Councilman Caputa. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Florissant to enter into agreement with Stiefel Nicholas and Company Incorporated for financial advisory services regarding the outstanding general obligation bond series 2022.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan? Yes. Caputa? Yes. Childeroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Siam? Yes. Harris?
Yes. Bill number 10117 passes and becomes ordinance number 9113. Bill number 10118. Councilman Manganelli moves for a second reading, seconded by Councilman Siam. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance authorizing various amendments to the general fund and the park improvement fund budget.
Councilman Caputa moves for a third reading, seconded by Councilman Childrath. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Ordinance authorizing various amendments to the general fund and park improvement fund budgets.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Siam? Harris.
Yes. Bill number 10118 passes and becomes ordinance number 9114. The next item on the agenda is new business. The first item under new business is board appointments. Are there any council appointments this evening? I see none. Mayor, do you have any appointments? Okay. Moving on to requests. Councilman O'Donnell moves to accept the application to transfer special use permit number 8589 from Radar Automotive LLC, doing business as Old Town Automotive, to Montana's Motors LLC to allow for automotive repair shop located at 1104 North Jefferson. Councilman Childrath, let's see. Seconds. Is there any discussion? Okay, Councilman O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wonder if we might suspend the rules and invite the petitioner to come forward.
Is there a second to suspend the rules? Councilman Egan seconds to suspend the rules. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The rules are suspended. Will the petitioner please come forward? Thank you. Good evening. Will you tell us your name?
Good evening, Council. My name is Montana. I'm from Florissant.
Okay. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you.
Councilman O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, Montana.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about the business. So you are currently an employee there right now at Old Town Automotive, is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, I've been there for 3 years now. This past August was 3 years. I've currently been the service manager, kind of watching over the daily routine, make sure stuff gets done, tidiness, things of that nature, ordering parts. I look forward to transferring. I've been doing it for a while, and looking forward to this opportunity. Yes.
So I understand, and I don't want to put words to you, but my understanding is that there was a part of a plan here where the owner was going to sell to you, but there's circumstances that have moved that up to a more imminent need, and so that's why we're acting on that at this point. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. And as far as changes to the business, everything's going to stay the same as far as operations are concerned?
That is correct. Yes.
And you mentioned something about the hours.
Yes. So currently our hours is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I would like to change that from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay. And do you have any concerns about noise, any changes as far as the amount of noise that would occur based on those hours, an hour earlier or an hour later?
Usually, especially in the automotive industry, very dirty business. So I would like to kind of take that extra hour for tidiness, cleanliness, and to kind of give myself and my employees the adequate amount of time to get prepared, and also at the end of the day finish their cleanliness duties.
Okay. Well, thank you. I have no further questions. Good luck with your endeavor.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank
I
you, Mr.
see
President.
no more comments or questions from the council. Thank you for coming here tonight. And
thank you very much
for your willingness to stay here in Florissant and do this business. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see. So we have a motion to accept this application and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried and the application is accepted. Let's see. Councilwoman Parson moves to accept the application to transfer a special use permit number 3220 from Crystal Creek Health and Rehabilitation to Willow Creek Wellness and Rehabilitation LLC to allow for nursing home located at 250 South New Florissant Road. Seconded by Councilman Caputa. Any discussion? Okay. Seeing no discussion here, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carried and the application is accepted. Bills for first reading is the next item on the agenda, and the first one is Bill number 10119.
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to special use permit number 9072 to Harrington Hospitality Group Incorporated, DBA Chick-fil-A, to allow for an amendment to a site plan in a B3 extensive business district located 3159 North Highway 67.
Bill number 10120.
Ordinance also authorizing an amendment to ordinance number 9010 as amended to allow for a restaurant in B5 Planned Commercial District located 2312 North Highway 67.
Bill number 10121.
Ordinance to authorize a special use permit to Pretty Wasted LLC, DBA Pink Martini, to allow for a tavern in a B3 extensive business district located 1833 Dunn Road.
Bill number 10122.
Ordinance to amend ordinance number 7965 as amended to allow for a restaurant inside a Walmart in a B5 Planned Commercial District located at 3390 North Highway 67.
Bill number 10123.
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to B5 ordinance number 9084 to allow for changes in exterior wall materials in a B5 Planned Commercial District for the property located at 1280 North Highway 67.
Bill number 10124.
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to section 2101910C, sale of marijuana-infused products, marijuana accessories, by amending the proximity to certain institutions.
Bill number 10125.
Ordinance authorizing a tri-party reciprocal parking easement agreement to allow Chick-fil-A FCPT Holdings LLC overflow parking on the lot shared by Flower Valley Group and Wallace Petroleum LC.
Bill number 10126.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 8589 from Radar Automotive LLC, DBA Old Town Automotive, to Montana Motors LLC to allow for an automotive repair shop located at 1104 North Jefferson.
Move for a second.
Councilman O'Donnell moves for a second reading, seconded by Councilman Caputa. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any against?
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 8589 from Radar Automotive LLC, DBA Old Town Automotive, to Montana's Motors LLC to allow for an automotive repair shop located 1104 North Jefferson.
Move for a third.
Councilman O'Donnell moves for a third reading, seconded by Councilman Childrath. Roll call vote, please.
Manganelli? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa? Yes. Childrath? Yes. O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Yes. Siam? Yes. Harris?
Yes.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 8589 from Radar Automotive LLC, DBA Old Town Automotive, to Montana Motors LLC to allow for an automotive repair shop located at 1104 North Jefferson.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
can I say something?
Absolutely, you're still.
I'm still alive. Thank you, Mr. President. I do not take it lightly asking for three readings in one evening. Normally would not do that. But I was approached, and the actual petitioner who owns the business right now is not here this evening, but a representative has reached out to me about a personal situation that has, I think, caused some hardship with regard to the business. And in my estimation, and being personal, I don't want to air it publicly, but reason enough, I believe, for consideration of extenuating circumstances. So in that regard, Yeah, I thank the council for their consideration on the third reading. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman O'Donnell. If there are no further comments from the audience, and I see none, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Yes. Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell? Parson? Cyan? Harris?
Yes. Bill number 10126 passes and becomes ordinance number 9116. I already did that one, didn't I? Oh, no. Correction, the ordinance becomes 9115. Thank you. Bill number 10127.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 3220 from Crystal Creek Health and Rehabilitation to Willow Creek Wellness and Rehabilitation LLC to allow for nursing home located 250 South New Florissant Road.
Bill number 10128.
Ordinance authorizing an amendment to Chapter 520, Signs and Billboards, Section 520-160, pennants, flags, etc., by deleting it in its entirety.
Bill number 10129.
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign on behalf of the city of Florissant for the purchase of the properties known and numbered as 6 through 12 Bruce Drive through the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program.
Councilman Childrath moves for a second reading. Seconded by Councilwoman Parson. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Against?
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign on behalf of the city of Florissant for the purchase of the properties known and numbered as 6 through 12 Bruce Drive through the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program.
Councilman Childrath moves for a third reading. Seconded by Councilman Caputa. Let's see. Roll call vote, please.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Cyan? Harris?
Yes.
Ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign on behalf of the city of Florissant for the purchase of properties known and numbered as 6 through 12 Bruce Drive through the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Cyan? Harris?
Yes. Bill number 10129 passes and becomes ordinance number 9116. Bill number 10130.
An ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriating funds to establish a police substation at the Nature Lodge at Sunset Park.
Councilman Childrath moves for a second reading. Seconded by Councilman Caputa. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Against?
Ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriating funds to establish a police substation at the Nature Lodge in Sunset Park.
Councilman Childrath moves for a third reading. Seconded by Councilwoman Parson. Roll call vote, please.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Cyan? Harris?
Yes.
An ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriating funds to establish a police substation at the Nature Lodge in Sunset Park.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa? Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Cyan? Harris?
Yes. Bill number 10130 passes and becomes ordinance number 9117. Bill number 10131.
An ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriating funds to install the new flooring at St. Ferdinand Park bathrooms.
Councilman Caputa moves for a second reading. seconded by Councilwoman Parson. All in favor? Any against?
An ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriating funds to install new flooring at St. Ferdinand Park bathrooms.
Councilman Caputa moves for a third reading. Seconded by Councilwoman Parson. Roll call vote, please.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Cyan? Harris? Ordinance
Yes.
amending, no.
Sorry, I was late on
Should have
that.
waited on that one. Ordinance amending the fiscal year 2025 budget and appropriating funds to install the new flooring at St. Ferdinand Park bathrooms.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, please poll the council for the final vote.
Manganelli?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
O'Donnell?
Yes.
Parson? Cyan? Harris?
Yes. Bill number 10131 passes and becomes ordinance number 9118. Okay. The next item on the agenda is our council announcements. Councilman Manganelli.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say real short what a great day yesterday was with the Florissant Fall Festival. It really showed the strength of this city and all the organizations that come together to put on such a great event. Nothing but compliments from everybody involved, and look forward to next year. That's all I got. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Caputa.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I would like to congratulate our city clerk, Karen Goodwin, for a job well done for yesterday. Karen puts a lot of work into that festival, and she really deserves it. Thank you. And also the people that help her. Yes. So, can't forget them. And also, yesterday, the United States Navy celebrated 250 years of service to this great country. It's the judge. Happy birthday, Judge. Navy CB right here, our judge, a veteran of the United States Navy, Navy CB. But thank you for your service. The world has never known another Navy like we have it today, and it's a well-deserved birthday, good 250 years. I know mine will be coming up next month, and I will let them know about it. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Caputa. Councilwoman Parson.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to reiterate that there will be that community update for the developers to speak on Thursday, October 16th, which is really my husband's birthday, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the St. Rose Cafeteria. Remember, this is just the developer coming out to talk to us about the information that is not set in stone yet. So please come out. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Cyan.
Thank you, Mr. President. So Councilwoman Parson and I would like to invite all Ward 8 and 9 residents to the joint Ward 8 and 9 meeting it's going to be on Wednesday, November 5th at 6:30 p.m. in the Egan Center Gymnasium. You should be receiving your invites in the mail soon if you haven't already. Mayor Lowry and department heads who can attend will be there as well, and we're just looking forward to seeing everybody and hoping for a good turnout. Thank you.
Our final portion is the message from the mayor.
So I also want to say that yesterday was a great day, and certainly was I take full credit for the weather, as always. Yes, I do want to thank Karen. Karen's actually chaired that committee for the last 20 years, and as many of you know, she's retiring at December 1st, and so we'll be looking for a new chair, but I certainly appreciate everything that she's done with that committee and everything that she's done for the city. I certainly appreciate your service. Thank you. And certainly, the other thing I want to mention too is that we had a lot of city staff that came into play with getting that festival off the ground. Certainly the Parks Department, the Streets Department, the Police Department, and certainly our Fire Department. So we appreciate all the help that goes into that. It's a big task, and it's always a great day. We got other events coming up. So I just want to mention a few. So the Florissant's Boo Bash is going to be Friday, October 24th from 6 to 8 at the James J. Egan Center. It's free and open to the public, so please bring out the kids. There's a Florissant Fire Department and the Police Department will be having a haunted house at 111 St. Francis Street on October 24th and 25th. From 6 to 7 p.m., it's not going to be so scary, but apparently if you come in after 7 to 9, then it's going to be a little scary. So I'd say the little kids probably should come in early. It's a free admission, and thank you. We have our glow-in-the-dark pickleball tournament, which is going to be at the Egan Center, November 1st. It's a 9 a.m. start. It's $50 per team.
At 9 a.m., how's it going to glow in the dark?
Well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and turn the lights off. How's that sound? Can we do that? And of course, we always find a good way to, we want to always honor our veterans, so we have our Florissant Veterans Day Parade and celebration on Sunday, November the 9th at 1 p.m. The parade will start at Bangor Park, go to St. Francis. They come from St. Francis, it'll end at St. Jean, and right at the VFW post where we'll have our Florissant Veteran of the Year will be honored. And our Miracle on St. Francis Street, which I believe is our last event of the year, I do believe, is going to be Saturday, November 29th at 1 p.m. And most of the festivities are going to be right here in front of City Hall and inside City Hall. So that's, once again, that's November 29th at 1 p.m. Thank you all so much and appreciate everybody coming tonight. And thank you.
The next regular meeting for the Florissant City Council will be on Monday, October 27th, 2025. Councilman Manganelli moves to adjourn the regular meeting, seconded by Councilman Egan. All in favor? Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned.